Hello, I'm Tom Whitnick. Welcome to the KZGN News.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyokern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News crew.
In recapping last night's City Council meeting, a very surprising thing happened. After the mayor opened the meeting, she went to the public comment segment. To everyone's surprise, no one got up and made any comment. I can't remember the last time no one had anything to say. The council approved a proclamation recognizing the month of April as DMV Donate Life California Month. The council also approved a resolution awarding a construction contract for the signing and striping of 12 intersections utilizing funds from Highway Safety Improvement Program to Super Seal and Stripe, and authorizing the city manager to sign it. On Monday, January 26, 2015, the bids were opened for the signing and striping of 12 intersections utilizing funds from the Highway Safety Improvement Program at the following intersections: Richmond Road at California, Down Street at Bowman, Down Street at Dolphin, Down Street at Graff, Down Street at Upjohn, Down Street at Ward, then we moved to Norma at Bowman, Norma at Graff, Norma at Moyer, Norma at Rees, Norma at Sidnor, and Norma at Upjohn, all in the city of Ridgecrest. The project consists of handicap access ramps, signing, and striping at all of these intersections. The award went to Super Seal and Stripe with a bid of $240,000. Then they approved a resolution to amend the professional service agreement contract amount with the engineering firm of Wildan Engineering to provide additional services of rescoping, bidding assistance, and construction management for the city corporation yard and bus garage at the city's corporation yard property at 636 West Ridgecrest Boulevard. The proposed time and materials not to exceed contract is for construction of a new bus garage transit facility and is $120,000. And the proposed time and materials contract for the city corporation yard improvements is $148,000. The total for both projects will be $269,000. The council also voted approving the program supplement agreement with the State of California Department of Transportation under a master agreement for the Graff Avenue project from North Sierra View to North Norma Street. The total estimated cost of this road project is $116,000. In further council action, they provided an approval for installation of a memorial plaque honoring former Mayor Ronald Carter be placed at the Leroy Jackson Skate Park. The Parks and Recreation Supervisor, Jason Patton, provided an overview of the process. He pointed out that the skate park is not a city-owned park. The city did pay for the installation of the skate park, and we do maintain it. However, it is on leased land from the county. If the county ever decided to cancel the lease, they would also get the skate park. The next step in the process will now be that the city will send the county parks director an official written request for approval to install a memorial at the skate park. Mr. Patton has already discussed this with the county director, and he does not see that it will be a problem at all and should easily get approved. After he gets the approval request from the county, Jason said he would bring it back to the council with design and cost options. He expects to provide maybe 3 alternatives for their consideration and approval. The project would consist of the design, purchase, administration, and installation of a memorial plaque. The proposed fee to complete this scope of work is between $1,000 and $3,000, depending on the type of signage. Funds for this project will be coming from the Leroy Jackson Park budget, and the city has received monetary verbal commitments of $250 each from 4 individuals to help defray the cost. The council approved a resolution of the city of Ridgecrest recognizing the critical work of Eastern Sierra Connect Regional Broadband Consortium in deploying broadband throughout the region and the necessity to leverage broadband resources through the continuation of consortium activity by state funding as proposed by Assembly Bill 1262, authored by Assemblyperson Jim Wood. This request for a letter of support for AB 1262 was brought to the council by Justin O'Neill as part of his ongoing consulting agreement with the city. AB 1262 proposes to allocate additional funding and get $5 million transferred to the Rural and Urban Regional Broadband Consortia grant account which in turn will benefit the efforts of this community through Eastern Sierra Connect Regional Broadband Consortia to enhance the connectivity and reliability of the Internet for the local businesses. The council asked Justin how many people are hooked up to Digital 395. His answer was vague and convoluted. He seemed to not acknowledge too many as using it yet, and kind of blamed it on the consortium not being able to get the word out. He also said that the consortium wanted to first sign up internet providers, then large users, and then make it available for individual users. The council approved ordinance number 1502, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Ridgecrest amending the Ridgecrest Municipal Code, Chapter 6, Article 24, with regard to license tax rates and classifications. What this item does is fix a conflict in the Ridgecrest Municipal Code as far as when a business license is required for owners that can own and rent out their properties. It clarifies that any person that owns or rents 4 or more units must get a city business license. If you own and rent out 3 units or less, a license is not required. A member of the public asked if the owners had to get a license if they used a management company to manage their properties for them. The city attorney answered that it doesn't matter who manages the units. The owner of the properties must get a business license. And it doesn't matter if they are occupied or vacant units. If the owner has 4 or more units available to be rented, then the license is required. The finance manager suggested that if after a time period goes by that it seems people are not getting the required business license, that her department would look into doing audits of property rolls for these people. Finally, at the close of last night's meeting, during Mayor and City Council comment segment, there were 3 of them that took exception to being accused of not fulfilling their constitutional duties. These comments came as a result of last Saturday's special council meeting on the county water management proposal for the valley. We'll have more on these comments from the council in the news in a future broadcast. In business news, the California State Board of Equalization is hosting a free small business and resource expo Friday. That's right, tomorrow, Friday. This event will be at the Kerr-McGee Community Center, 100 West California Avenue. The free seminar offers business owners, entrepreneurs, and individuals who would like to start a business the opportunity to learn how to comply with California's tax laws and to examine success strategies for today's economy. Small businesses are critical to the economic health of our state, but California tax laws can be complicated and confusing. If you run a small business, you're invited to attend the Small Business Tax Seminar. Check-in is 8:30 a.m. and the event starts at 9 a.m. and will conclude at 2:30 p.m. Specific topics will examine how to avoid common sales and use tax problems, key to better businesses through better record keeping, the employee or independent contractor dilemma. There will be tips on how to grow your business and alternatives for financing and capital. The Board of Equalization event is sponsored by our 1st District Board of Equalization Representative, Vice Chair George Runner, our 16th District State Senator Gene Fuller, and our 34th District Assemblywoman Shannon Grove, together with the Ridgecrest Chamber of Commerce and California State University Bakersfield Small Business Development Center. The BOE administers many California tax and fee programs, including sales tax. Last year, they generated more than $60 billion, more than 30% of all state revenue. There's still time to reserve a seat by registering online at boe.ca.gov/seminars. Stay tuned for Burroughs Bits when we return.
From the Burroughs High School TV studio, I'm Brianna Davis with the Burroughs Video Bits for Thursday, March 19th, 2015. Here's a quick look at how the athletes of the school are doing from the Burroughs Athletics website. national anthem for the spring rally, sign up in D28 beginning on March 18th through the 23rd at lunch. Auditions will be in the gym on March 25th and 26th. Good luck! Last Friday, band went to the SCSBOA Southern California School Band and Orchestra Festival at Serrano High School and got superior ratings for both the stage performance and sight reading, then marched in a parade at Disneyland. Book Club's book of the month is The Alchemist, The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel. It's an exciting fantasy novel including historical and mythological characters. The next meeting to discuss the book and order new book club t-shirts is on Tuesday, March 24th. The library is ordering new books and wants your input. If you have suggestions for new titles you'd like to see in the library or the latest book in your favorite series, email Ms. Paxton or stop by the library. All of the wonder and whimsy that is Dr. Seuss is coming to the Parker Performing Arts Center with a cast and crew that will transport you through song and dance to the Jungle of Newell, Whoville, and Circus McGurkus with the wily and mischievous Cat in the Hat as your guide. Seussical the Musical is playing this Friday and Saturday night. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. and curtain rises at 7 p.m. Tickets are $12 pre-sale or $15 at the door. If you like basketball or just want to have fun in support of a worthy cause, enter the Burroughs Relay for Life March Madness Tournament to raise funds for Relay for Life. Join a team with 4 of your friends to compete in our basketball shootout playoff brackets. For more information and entry forms, stop by J3. Prizes will be awarded, and please sign up by Friday, March 20th. Hope you join in the fun. Competition begins March 23rd. Relay for Life is coming up on April 17th. It will be held in the school gym all day for teams and individuals to participate, and if you also raise at least $100, you get to stay and play games and watch movies all night long. See Mrs. Rosenberg in the Counseling Center and go to the Relay for Life website for more information. A reminder to Interact Club members, there is a scheduled roadside cleanup between Kmart and Burroughs for Saturday, March 21st at 10 a.m. Thank you for helping the environment and cleaning up our town. If you are interested in being part of the exciting yearbook class for 2015 through 2016, applications are on the door of C10, Mrs. Wall's room. Also, did your mom or grandfather graduate from Burroughs? If you have a relative that you'd like us to link you with in the yearbook, come to C10 during the last 10 minutes of lunch to have your picture taken. They will need to know the name, relationship of your alumni, and the year he or she graduated. Mr. BHS is next Friday the 27th in the PAC if you're interested in watching the school's hilarious beauty pageant for men. Prom is coming up in a little more than a month on April 25th, so get excited and we'll have more information soon. Did you know that Mark Hoppus, the bassist and co-lead vocalist for the band Blink-182, was born in Ridgecrest and graduated from Burroughs in 1990? Remember, Burroughs, don't burrow. Have a stupendous rest of this week. For the Burroughs High School TV broadcast of Ridgecrest, California, this is Brianna Davis.
And now let's take a look at the stock report for today. The markets are really, again, being nervous in the markets, and they're going up and down all over the place all day today. At airtime, the Dow Jones is sitting at 17,977. That's off the 18,000 mark for the first time in a long time, and they're down 100 points. NASDAQ is sitting at 4,997, up 15 points. And finally, the S&P is currently at 2,091, down 8 points. The markets in the commodities are all over the place, mostly down, and I think that's affecting it. The dollar is still strong, so that's affecting it. So we'll have to see where this market's going to go. Now it's time for the 29th KZGN News Talking Points editorial. The topic of today's editorial is, do we need a certain criteria for the city to approve memorial plaques or naming of facilities for a person? But first, a couple comments about last Tuesday's editorial titled, should a family that has a concealed carry weapons permit be prohibited from taking in foster children? Here's some of the comments from viewers. Harry wrote, law-abiding gun owners who have a CCW permit have taken training about gun safety and existing laws for the state they reside in. They should not be denied the ability to become foster parents. Ken wrote, "Of course they shouldn't be prohibited. This is just another example of zero tolerance run amok from well-meaning but misguided liberals." Susie wrote, "Tom, I think the subject might have come up because of a recent case in Texas, I think, where a foster child, 4 to 5 years old, had got hold of a gun and shot himself." And there were comments from other people as well, finding indifference in a government agency discriminating against law-abiding gun owners. And to Susie, all responsible gun owners agree that we should store and keep our guns away from children. That is why states like California do have storage requirements. I want to thank everyone for the comments. If you'd like to read more comments, go to the KZGN News discussion group on Facebook. Now on to today's topic. Do we need a certain criteria for the city to approve memorial plaques for naming of facilities for a person? At yesterday's council meeting, where they discussed installing a memorial plaque at the Ridgecrest Skate Park for former Mayor Ron Carter, Dave Matthews got up and adamantly suggested that there needs to be an official process for naming parks and erecting memorials on city property or facilities. This editorial does not have any emphasis on this particular naming. I support the memorial for Ron Carter. But what about the next idea, and then the next idea? I agree with Mr. Matthews. I believe there should be an established procedure for these ideas. Why, you ask? Well, what if someone on council just decided they wanted to erect a plaque honoring the parent? Or what if there was a small groundswell of people suggesting naming a park in the name of some radical? What if a big group wanted to name a park in President Obama's name? I bet that would stir things up. We need an official process that everyone must follow. Whoever has this request should make the request to the city in writing. It should provide the basis for their recommendation. It should address funding. I don't think the taxpayer should be taxed to pay for non-city business functions. After all, how much can be spent on this type of thing? This may be an exaggeration, but what if someone wanted to erect a 20-foot high statue of someone riding a horse? You might laugh, but it could happen. Look at any other big city in their center squares and parks. The requester should address how it will be funded. There should be a certain criteria of who would be considered for the honor. Local officials, city police, local veterans, etc., etc. There should be a set committee to review the application and review it. There should be a set review period at the committee level. 30 days would be appropriate, not just bring it up at a meeting and send the council a recommendation. Public comment at the committee level and then again presented to the whole council. In conclusion, again, this is not about the memorial plaque for Ron Carter. I support that. It's about an open process that allows considerable time for comment and consideration from the people. It should look someone quietly. Okay, all right. It shouldn't look like someone quietly came up with the idea, ran to the council, immediately getting their support, and then all of a sudden, there's an agenda item to name a park. That appears to come out of nowhere. I agree with Mr. Matthews. Come on, council, let's get this set up. I'm Tom Whitnick, and that's what I think. If you have any comments about this editorial, or would like to discuss or recommend a topic, I'd like to hear from you. Please email them to info@kzgn.net. Stay tuned for weather and sports after this break. Thanks for staying with us. Now let's go to Keith for the weather.
Thank you, Tom. Real quick, folks. Tonight will be mostly clear with a low around 47. Friday will be sunny with a high near 84. Friday night will be partly cloudy with a low of 49. Saturday will be sunny, high near 83. Saturday night will be partly cloudy with a low of 49. Sunday night will be mostly sunny with a high near 81. And Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low around 48. Quick look at the weather. Back to Tom.
Thanks a lot, Keith. And now to Tom Hecht for the sports report.
And a pleasant good Thursday afternoon to everybody. Let's start with local sports. Today, Saracoso in action. They're over at San Bernardino Valley. Burroughs High Baseball now 6-1. They beat Eastside yesterday. They lost the day before, though, to Moore Park, their only loss of the season, and they'll be playing again today. Burroughs Baseball looking like they could definitely be one of the top 1 or 2 teams in the Mojave River League. John Bradley doing a good job in his now 4th year at the helm of the varsity boys team. Bradley, an assistant here back in the early 2000s for head coach Dick Adams at Saracoso. All right, let's take a look at the 5th grade basketball league started Wednesday night, and want to congratulate a few people. In the 5th grade girls, Gateway defeated Las Flores. It was Las Flores boys defeating Gateway. In the girls' game, it was Fowler over Richmond. That score 18-8. And then in the boys, it was Richmond 25 and Fowler 9. Over in the other bracket, it was Charter over Inyokern 15-18. And then Inyokern beat Pierce 18-5, and then Pierce boys beat Inyokern. So the girls from Inyokern beat Pierce, and the boys from Pierce beat Inyokern. So congratulations to those teams, doing a very, very good job so far this season. That's just week 1, and give those guys credit. Also, the Charter boys were a winner tonight also on the Wednesday night 5th grade league. All right. Let's talk about the NCAA tournament, and that is going to start today, and that'll be a game that, or a tournament that you definitely want to watch. UCLA will be playing SMU today. That'll be a very interesting game. And my upset special, one of the later games, will be Eastern Washington beating Georgetown. We'll see if that can happen, but I like Eastern Washington, saw them play in the Big Sky Championship. And if you have brackets, that might not have been a bad gamble to try to see what might happen there. Number 1, Kentucky. They all play Hampton Institute. That should be their 35th game in a row that they're winning. If they win the whole tournament, they'll end up 40-0, the first time ever a Division I team has done that. All right. Also want to kind of talk about some other things coming up in the world of sports. And locally, on March 28th, on a Saturday night, Saracosa will host their annual Hall of Fame dinner, and that basically is honoring some of the teams in the community, K through 12, that did very well in their seasons. And we'd like to definitely give credit to the 7th and 8th grade boys team from Murray, junior high basketball. They won the junior high tournament this year. They had a great record. Coach Matthew Skipworth doing a great job over there. Also want to commendate the IWV varsity team football. They were runner-ups and went 14-2, only lost to one team all season, Eastside, who won everything. And then the Burroughs freshman boys team, they went undefeated in league. They'll be honored on the 28th also. And in addition to that, last year's 5th grade league champions will be honored, and that'll be Fowler and also Gateway. And they'll have a good representation there, I'm sure, along with the volleyball team from Emmanuel Christian. And we can't forget about the boys' JV baseball team at Burroughs. They went undefeated last year in the Desert Sky Conference. So all those kids and teams will be honored. The guest speaker will be Todd Mather. And if you're interested, you can buy tickets at Red Rock Books. The dinner catered by Casey's. The price of the ticket is worth the dinner. And also we have raffle items and a few auction items along with door prizes. Well, that's your sports for this this Thursday afternoon. Make sure you're watching the NCAA tournament. Hope your picks turn out good for you. For KZGN, I am Tom Heck with sports.
So that's the news for today. All of us at KZGN-TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Ridgecrest's only community TV station.